Hi everyone, welcome back to this week's resolution. I'm Chet Irvin.
And I'm Erin Gibbs. This week we're joined with Hayden DeLina. He is the Chief Justice of the UPUA and head of the Elections Committee.
Hayden, to start us off, love to talk about kind of a general overview of the UPUA elections, which are upcoming.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about deadlines and who is eligible to vote in these elections?
Yeah, of course. Well, March 27th is the day. Also, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. March 27th is the day. That's elections for us. To answer your question, it's any undergraduate degree-seeking member here, regardless of whether or not this is your first semester here because you transferred, or if it's your last semester here, like it is for me. You get to vote in elections, and it's March 27th from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. The ballot will be sent to your Outlook from our president, Nora O'Toole. Pretty much just go on Org Central, vote. Additionally, if you want some nice incentives to vote that day, we're going to be in the hub by the High School Musical steps. Monumental Staircase is what they're usually called, I guess. We're going to be passing out Berkeley Creamery ice cream and also I voted stickers, so that's the day. But as for candidates, pretty much your last day to register is March 18th by 5 p.m.
So more about that, like students who want to register, what would they have to do just in general?
It's a great question. March 18th, I said, is the day. We opened up this past Monday, and all you have to do, if you're interested, is go on our Instagram or vote.psu.edu. That is the Elections Commission website and elections website. There's going to be a couple different tabs there, and you have to go to How to Run and then click on the registration form. If you don't want to go on the website, you can always go on the Instagram. It's in our link tree.
Hayden, in the past, there has been, I want to say, low turnout for some of these elections.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you could tell us, in your own words, why is it important for students to vote?
Ooh, it's a loaded question. But UPUA is the recognized student government for undergraduates here. So your vote matters because you're directly voting on the people that are going to be in the rooms where decisions are made. And it's no secret that Penn State's going to be going over some changes in the coming years. So just 2 years ago, we got to sit in on the meetings where President Bendapudi, then Dr. Bendapudi, was picked and interviewed and stuff like that. And the students got to be in there. Outside of that, we're in the room where it happens when it comes to the fee board, where your student-initiated fee actually gets appropriated, and those offices like UHS, CAPS, and so many more get their funding. Not only beyond that, we just do so much for advocacy. Had it not been for the advocacy of a lot of really important people, Elections Day, Asynchronous Elections Day, which passed by Faculty Senate last year, maybe would not have happened. So your vote matters because you're directly voting on the people that really kind of do a lot of different things, whether it's test prep week, where we pass out a lot of different textbooks for MCATs, LSATs, and so many more, or it's on the fee board, or it's just making sure that you're in the room where those decisions are made. Those votes are really critical, and it's a really awesome process to be a part of. Voting's a really big thing, regardless of if it's a school board election, student body election, or if it's the presidential election. Voting's matter because you're directly impacting a lot.
Yeah, so in your time on the UPUA, how would you say that these elections have evolved?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. And like you said before, turnout's been low in the past couple years. I think we saw kind of a hard reset that a lot of different organizations, schools, and even just kind of civil life in general saw during the pandemic. We went from about 5,000 votes in about 2020 to about 2,600 last year. But last year was an increase, and a lot of other people have not been able to say that recently, that we had an increase in student body turnout. So it's evolved in the sense that, we haven't seen competition in those kind of 2 years beforehand, but last year we had our most registered at-larges ever. We had 32 run. And this year is not only involving in 2 senses, but first starting off with the fact that we're really tabling this year. Like I said before, Berkeley Creamery ice cream, come by, we're going to have popcorn, we're going to have I voted stickers, which look awesome. But also, for the first time in 4 years, the last time I could have said that, I was in high school, which is a weird thing to say, we have a contested executive. So we have not had a contested executive in previous years, but now we have 2 different tickets that are already registered within the first 4 days of candidacy. So that's a really exciting time because now more than ever, especially in the executive election, your vote matters because the student body president is really in the rooms where it happens. So your vote really matters this year, and it's evolved in that sense, and also kind of how we're campaigning to just for you to vote in general.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. And yeah, the hearing about the impacts of COVID and how voter turnout has gone down, but it's a dip in the sense that it's starting to tick back up, as you said. Also, I have to go to the hub to get Berkey Creamery ice cream now, so I'll definitely be voting.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of elections, if we didn't already mention, you're in the University Park Undergraduate Association, the UPUA, which we cover a lot on this podcast.
Yeah.
But I have to know, why did you join student government? Why did you want to get involved?
Yeah, that's a great question. I've been involved with student government except for my freshman year. I did not do it my freshman year since about 6th grade. And I like being in student government because it's, you get to make an impact. Whenever I go into anything, ever, it's one of those things of I want to leave it better off than how you found it. And as the student government with power, as the student government, as the recognized student government, in the rooms where it happens and stuff like that, you can make that impact. I always say UPUA is a vehicle, and it doesn't always have to operate the same way. It matters who runs, and it matters who you vote for. And now, with a contested executive and hopefully a contested academic colleges, contested at-larges and faculty senators as well, which is new this year, you can directly vote for faculty senators. Used to just be guaranteed if you were academic representative, you would go on to be a faculty senator. Nope, you can run just as a faculty senator now, student senator. I like student government and I like being in UPUA because I get to help enable that change. So by running elections and by being on the judicial board and ensuring fairness and equity. And just recently in the J board this year, and a reason why I really love it, is our community group seats. We saw 2 new identities being able to have seats, and that's the Disability Alliance and the Middle East North Africa Caucus. So I do student government because you get to make a change, and it's an official and it's a beautiful change that you get to do with UPUA as a vehicle.
Yeah. So I think that's all we have for you today. So is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, other than please vote. Check your inbox. I think it's going to be about 9 a.m. On March 27th. Check your inbox. Check vote.psu.edu. That's going to have all the candidates. That's going to have how to vote and how to do everything you're going to need. Come by for some ice cream, an I voted sticker, for some popcorn as well. Other than that, if you want to meet the potential future legislators and executives, we have 3 different events of how you can meet them. So on the 21st, in person at the Freeman Auditorium, you get to meet the at-larges, meet your academic seats as well. And on the 26th, that is a Zoom session of the same, because we have 2 of them, so that'll be sent out. But on Monday, we'll have what I can officially label as an executive debate. In uncontested years, it's called an executive town hall, but we're going to have a debate this year, and it's going to be a great one where the executive tickets get to talk about their platform. And that's on the 25th in Freeman at 7 p.m. So, yeah.
Well, Hayden, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And thank you for your passion for advocating for students.
Of course.
At the Collegian, we have covered the UPUA a lot, including the Meet Your Academic Representatives event that you were talking about on the 21st. So if you'd like to follow along with that, please visit psucollegian.com. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on this week's resolution.